Alrighty, and moving into the next story. I know this one uh we had a lot of questions about. We were sitting here, we were writing everything out for Splatterthon, we're getting it going, which I mean that'll also be in the announcement video talking a little bit about how that's gonna go, but like boy, this was up in the air for a long time. And they came in, it's almost like in the 11th hour. We're coming right to the wire, and they said they came out and said, yes, Chucky season 3, October 4th, it's happening. And man, oh man, that is some good news. It's going to make us more busy, and we might have to rearrange how we tackle this. We're going to have to talk about it, but I am excited for more of the Chuckster back on screen. Luke, how excited were you to hear that this was official?
Oh man, I couldn't actually believe that they were committing to this being able to make that announcement because this was such a wild card for us where we didn't know if we were going to get it and we covered it last year on Splatterthon. I watched it the year prior, so I mean really October would not feel right if we didn't have our ginger haired killer back out there on the street. So I was so excited to see this. I love the announcement. It was so much fun. It just that's the fun thing about the Chucky character is that there's so much charisma there. Other than I think Freddy, you can't really pull that off with any of these other kind of horror legends like that, making an announcement and adding the comedy in there. But I'm really excited for this one. Fan of 2, fan of the first season. They really left 2 off on a lot of questions and not
Yes.
really under knowing where that's going to go. And then, I was really surprised because there's just so much discourse, especially with the writer strike and everything. This one was a big talking point on Twitter. And it seemed like, every other day I'd run into some sort of Chucky discussion, people saying, oh, I know people in Hollywood and they weren't able to start production on it. So it's not going to be happening, and then this pops out of nowhere and it's just like, okay, well, uh, October is going to feel like October now that we have Chucky back in the seat.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this. Like you said, we left off season 2 with a lot of things up in the air and a lot of questions. I am thrilled to have Chucky back on the small screen. I really, really loved this show so far. I mean, it's no secret I am late to the Child's Play game. I've seen the first, I've seen the second now, thanks to the podcast, and I do mean to dive into the others, but I do not want to miss this show. Like that's the thing. Like I really love where they've gone with Chucky. It almost feels like to me, as someone who's not as exposed to the franchise, that this is like the best route they could have gone with this character. I think that he just fits this so well. I love how broad the storytelling is in the sense of just they really are taking their time and they're taking risks because there's so many goddamn twists and turns in this series, man. Like just thinking of that season finale alone, the whole Christmas episode thing, like
Yeah.
it's just insane. And yeah, I'll admit there are a couple episodes here and there that didn't work for me. As a whole, I would say I enjoyed season 1 more. I thought that it was more of a cohesive story, but like I can't deny that season 2, unlike some horror franchises, took big swings, but this very much is paying off. And yeah, I'm excited for season 3. I definitely am looking forward to watching it and giving our thoughts and opinions. And yeah, again, I can't wait. My son's a bit older now. He's absolutely still obsessed with Chucky. So I'm very curious to see how he's going to feel about seeing the little guy running around on TV again.
Yeah, and looking at it, I think one of the big selling points for Chucky as a franchise as a whole, and watching the television show, is the how they embrace every installment. And there's so many franchises out there that have retcons and just ignored chapters, whereas Chucky embraces it all. They bring it all in. They try to make it all work, whether it's knocked out of the park or it's just lukewarm. At least they take those swings and they're like, okay, we'll embrace it. Let's make it part of the lore. Let's not ignore it because there are fans out there that enjoy each different installment. And looking at season 1 to season 2, I understand. enjoying the first one as opposed to the second one a little bit more. I think the positives here are that it from season 1 to season 2, they feel so different. Where it's like,
Mhm.
we're with the same characters, but we're changing settings, we're tackling different subjects, and they always bring uniqueness, especially looking at a lot of things they did with season 2 and the multiple Chuckies and everything. That was a lot of fun. So I'm curious
Yes.
to see
Yeah.
what they're going to bring here, because I think you can always expect something unique for each different season. So I'm pumped for season 3. Again, adding it to the list in October is going to be wild. Covering it each week is going to be so much crazy things going on, but so much fun. So I cannot wait for October to get here.
Absolutely, man. For many reasons.